Hello all, welcome to my new video. In this video, we are going to see about the data types in Python. There are totally 8 data types in Python as listed in the screen. Int, float, string, list, dictionaries, tuples, sets and boolean. We'll see one by one. First, int data type. As we all know, int represents the number. The main advantage of Python is we can reassign the same variable to as many constants as we want. Like in C, it does not throw an error. See, I am assigning a once again to another constant. It doesn't throw an error, whereas it overwrites it to a string. Now comes the list. Lists are mutable ordered elements which allow duplicates value. Let me explain what is mutable. That is, we can change the values that are present in the list. Here I have written a list. Example 1, example 3, 1 and 100 are representing different data types, string, int and float. Now when we print this, the output is like this. Then I'll explain about the ordered and unordered difference later on in this video. Next, dictionaries. Dictionaries are mutable data types. They are unordered and they don't allow duplications. Below is the example of a dictionary. Here, the name represents the key and ROM represents value. It is key 1, value 1, key 2, value 2, key 3 and value 3. The syntax of dictionary is key colon value inside the curly braces. Next comes tuples. Tuples are immutable objects, that is, once value is entered, it cannot be changed inside a tuple. And also, they allow duplicate values and they are ordered. The syntax of tuple is all the elements must be present in a parenthesis. Next is set. Set is an unordered sequence. They also don't allow duplicate values. The syntax of set is curly braces will enclose all the elements present inside. Note that they allow only unique values. Next we are going to see about string indexing and slicing. String indexing is used for calling a particular value when there are many elements in the group. For example, I just want to take example 3. Note that in Python the indexing starts from 0. So if I ask print the element with index number 1 in the list, it will show example 3. Similarly, element in the index 0 inside the tuple is given here. And mainly I have only printed list and tuple in this box. As I said, list and tuple are ordered sequences. Dictionary and set are unordered sequences. So when we try to call the value from the specific index, we get an error. Here it shows that for dictionary, if I comment this, now it points to the set. Okay, let's move on. Now if we want to call a particular value from the dictionary, then we must give the key. As I said earlier, name is the key and it will show the value ROM. See? Next is negative indexing. What is the meaning of negative indexing? Here we call the elements from the index using the positive value, for example 0, 1, etc. In negative indexing, the last element will be -1. When we run this cell, we get the value 100 in the from the list and example 2 from the tuple. Let's go and see where are they. Okay, we got example 2 from the tuple. So see, I entered which number? -2. Okay, -1, -2. When we go to the list, we get 100 as I entered -1. Okay, then this is -1, -2, -3 and -4. Now we are going to see string slicing. String slicing is used to pick the specific value or a specific group of numbers that we want. The syntax of string slicing is, first is the start number, then a colon, then the stop number, then interval or steps. The last can be an optional one. If we did not fill the interval or steps, by default it will take 1. Okay, let's see an example. This is another list I have made starting from 1 to 20. Note that 1 represents index 0 and 20 represents index 19. I have wrongly entered Now let's run it. See, first it's a number from 0 to 10. So we'll get 1 to 10. Note that the number mentioned here will be skipped, so that we are calling 0 to 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now when we want only the even numbers, we are calling from index 1, that is 2, to the 19th value. So the 19th value will be 20. Since we are asking for interval 2, it will stop up to 18. Similarly for this one. Okay. Now reversing a string. In C we may have written a very long program to just reverse a string, but this is not the case in Python. We have to just add a -1 in the interval or step position. As in the example, there are 20 numbers in the string. I am going to reverse them in steps of 1. Starting from 20, it goes to 1. Now I uncomment it, then I run it again. See, that's it. Now I am creating a new string, assigning it as hi space buddy. Now I am reversing them. See, YDDUB space IH. Now we are going to see how to add or remove data, first in the list, then in the sets. In the list, we have to use the keyword append, opening and closing parenthesis, for adding a data, and to pop for removing the latest data added. Now I am going to add a string called pushed data, anything. I am running this cell. Then, as you know, this is a list contains example 1, example 3, 1 and 100. Now when we add pushed data, we can get push data here. Now I am going to pop the first element, that is element in index number 1. So example 3 will be popped. See, example 3 is not here. Now as I said, if we just give pop, it will pop out the last element in the list. See, push data is now popped. Now we are going to see how to add elements in the set. In set, it is bit different. We have to use the keyword add for adding the elements in the set. I am going to add the number 2 here. So in string, in set, the int variables are given more priority when compared to strings, so that only we cannot call the expected value as we assigned. For example, in list I assigned randomly. I assigned integer, string, anything. If I call from the specific index, for example, if I want example 1, I can write just this is a list with the index number 0. It will give example 1, but not as in set. It will give 1, which I did not assign as the first element. Now we have seen how to add a single element to a set. When update keyword is used to add more than one element to a set. The syntax is set name dot update open parenthesis inside that square brackets. Now I have added 3 elements here. For removing the data from the set, we must use the keyword remove. Now I have removed the element 2 from the set. There are two keywords actually, remove and discard. The difference is, see, when I try to remove the element 2 again, it throws an error. Now I am going to run the keyword discard. The keyword discard performs the same function as remove, but it does not throw the error when we try to remove the same element once again from the set.